Everyone, it's Wanda with the Armchair Cat Advocate. And look who decided to go out during the day. I can't believe this. I can't believe he's getting braver. He actually wanted to go out this morning. So, he's there. And she's here. The idea was to have them both just sit out here on the balcony, but he wanted to go down to the courtyard. So I have his, see the little, I don't know if you can see it, but I have him tied to that first railing there, so he won't get twisted up. I think he's going to come up pretty soon. I'm waiting for him to get scared and run up, but it hasn't happened yet. And we still have Rogue. He's still coming out looking for Lucy. And no, we haven't heard anything, so I don't know what to think at this point. But, is she shaking? Are you shaking, honey? I might have to put her in. I think she's shaking. Are you shaking? Hey, are you okay? Are you okay, little stinks? Oh, are you okay? Oh, here comes Tora. Come on, Tora. She goes, look, I know you. She says, I know you. I know you. Roadster. What you doing, bud? So she's starting to get a little more comfortable. I'm going to take her down. Look, here we go. Okay, bud, hang on. Come on, Tora. Come on, bud, you can come over here. Come on. There he comes. He got a little scared with the lead clanging. What do you think, Fury? Yeah. There you go. That's better, isn't it? He said, a little scary down there, Mama. I know, I tried to tell you. There's people out. And cars. That's why you're not allowed to go out without a harness on. You don't want something to happen to our Fury monster. And I did have a question at one point. Somebody asked why these guys wear harnesses and Rogue doesn't and Tora doesn't and Abra doesn't. Well, the reason for that is Tora and Abra are technically colony cats. Oh, you want to go in, babe? You want to go in? Okay, let me put you in. So Tora and Abra are technically colony cats. So they do live outside most of the time. And you can see they have their ears tipped. They, both of them were living outside. And a few years ago, I was trying to get out of this place and move into something more appropriate. Of course, that never happened. But, what are you doing down there? Why are we making macrame with our harness? So I was trying at that point to get the cats that I thought were friendly enough that I could adjust to being inside so that they would be adoptable. And plus he has these paws that he has pododermatitis, which is a like it's a kind of an immune system issue where their paws get all swollen and they can crack open and bleed. And when I first saw him, he was really thin, and he was, what did you do here? He was really thin, and his paws were bleeding. He was leaving bloody footprints. I worked with him and got him to the point where I could handle him. I hear a cat. And because our local SPCA wouldn't treat him, I tried to do the best that I could with him, and was able to get everything under control. So now I try to keep him in, when it's really bad weather, because most of the time he lays out here on the balcony like the other cats, like Lucy used to lay out here all the time. So that's usually where he's at. He lays in one of the beds, and he is doing pretty good. And I was able to get him to accept being inside, and Abra accepts being inside. They still want to be out when it's nice, but they don't go ballistic if I make them stay in during a bad thunderstorm or snowstorm or extreme heat, extreme cold, stuff like that. So that's why. And Roguester, he wasn't a colony cat. I think he was obviously somebody's pet. Oh, they're watching. There's a cat down there. I don't know if that's Mark. Is that Mark, or is that the other one that... Because I saw the other one that we got neutered, the other gray tabby that we got neutered. I did see him the other day. He came back over. I mean, he walks over to me and I can pet him, but Kayla said he just wasn't accepting of being inside, so I don't know. It could be a lot, like Lucy. I mean, Lucy, I could pet her, brush her, pick her. Well, she didn't like to be picked up, but I could do a lot with her, but bring her inside and she would go ballistic. So you can see them down there. They're hitting the food. Oh, is that Smooshy? Oh, was that... I'm not sure who that is. Is that Mark? That might be Mark. I did see Mark. He goes back that way. And I did see Smoosh. I think that was either Smoosh or Yum. Smoosh was here earlier. I was down there petting her. And Mark was out. I did see TJ. I didn't see him this morning. I saw him yesterday. Yum. Oh, I pretty much saw all of them except Theon. I haven't seen Theon for a couple of days, but Theon disappears sometimes too. I've seen Lawless. I've seen Wusspuss. I didn't see him down underneath the car there. I don't know if you can... They're underneath the car. See if they come out. And I did see a cat that looked a lot like Shizuku on the other side. Actually, in the front of the building across the street. Because I know that they travel over into that alley too. So I'm not sure if that was Shizuku or not. It looked a lot like him. And it may just be that Shizuku moved on because of Jack. Because Jack was actually attacking the cats when he was here. So, I don't know. And when Jack disappeared, when he first showed up, let's see, October of 23. And then he disappeared for like a month or so. And I saw him on that other side too, and across the street in the front of the building. So I don't know if they find females over there. I don't know. But, you know, they do travel. So, anyway, back to Rogue. Rogue came to my door in January 2020. He followed the other. So it was Lucy, Lawless, was Puss at that point. Oh, there they go. There goes Mark. Mark. Yeah, it's Mark. I didn't see who. You can see Mark there. I don't know who's on the other side. Oh, there they go. I mean, I don't know who ran. I think it was Moosh and Mark, because they were hanging out together. And our little Maleficent. Oh, do you see birds? Birds. Do you see birds? She says, I see birds, Mama. There's lots of birds out here. Yeah, this is a great way. If your cat accepts a harness, this is a great way to give them to give an indoor cat some stimulation and a change of scenery and break up their day. Because they really do enjoy it. They like being out. You know, they're out. They can smell all the different smells, and they can feel the sun on them. You know, if you're fortunate enough to be able to have a catio, that can kind of serve the same purpose, but it's still not the same as them actually being out and able to, you know, touch grass and sniff things, chase things, watch birds. But, okay, so let's try to finish this with Rogue. So Rogue came to the door 2020. He followed. At the time, I was feeding, because I only was feeding a couple of them. I just had Puss, Lucy, and Lawless. Those were the only three that I was putting food out for, because they were the only three that I actually saw on a regular basis. And I was feeding them because we wanted to do TNR. And then, you know, of course, we all know what happened in 2020. And in Pennsylvania, they closed down the spay-neuter clinics because they were afraid that it was going to be so bad that they were going to need all the medical supplies that they could find. And, of course, you know, a lot of what vets use and what medical doctors use are similar. You know, they use the same kind of surgical instruments, the same swabs, cotton, gloves, syringes, all that stuff is pretty similar. I mean, there are some differences, but for the most part, a lot of what is used in veterinary science is also used in medical, you know, human physical medicine science. So they wanted to make sure that if they needed extra supplies, they were going to pull from the vet clinics, or the spay-neuter clinics, I should say. Well, of course, you know, that caused a whole other set of issues we won't go into right now. But originally there was 3, and then Rogue showed up. And so he lived outside from January to, I think in April. My friend talked me into bringing him inside. Or she wanted to. He had a bad wound on his face that I was trying to treat, and I did get it healed up. But she wanted him to go to a vet, to her vet. She took him to her vet to have him seen, but he couldn't get in for 2 weeks. So I did the best I could for 2 weeks, and luckily it was enough that it did heal his wound. But actually, you can still see the scar from it over here. Okay, Roguester. You see the scar? Or was it, see this? Right here. Right there. Yeah. Okay. Right there. He had a really nasty scratch that had gotten infected and was developing an abscess. So cats develop abscesses so fast. I think it's because they heal from the outside in, not from the inside out. So the skin rapidly covers up the wound, and then all that pus is held inside. So he came in April, took him to the vet, and then he got his neuter in May of 2020. And then I tried to get him to come inside, and he just didn't want to be inside. And, you know, I had all these people telling me, oh, well, you just make him stay inside. And, well, that didn't work so well, because he just got more and more aggressive and agitated. And then I tried to use the harness on him, and that kind of worked, but he wanted to be out for hours, and I didn't want to be out for hours. I wanted to, you know, I didn't mind sitting out for an hour or so, but then I didn't want to sit out all night, obviously, every night. So we kind of reached a compromise, and I would just let him out and supervise him. So that's what we do. So he's allowed to lay out on here on the balcony. He's allowed to go down. He'll go walk down into the courtyard. He'll walk down by my car. Watch the cats eating underneath. And then, you know, he has to come in. Like if I go away, if I'm going to go away, he has to go in. When I go to bed, I bring him in, check him, you know. And it works out pretty good. We haven't had any real... There was one or two incidents where he did get away from me, but there was extenuating circumstances. One of them was the landlord neglected to tell us that we were going to have people working on those stairs there, and this was on a Sunday. Now, who would think that there would be people coming to do construction on a building on a Sunday? And they should have told us, because we use these back stairs. Most of us use the back stairs. Not many people go out the front door. Most of us go out the back door. And so I thought Sunday morning, you know, it's okay for him to lay out. And he was just laying here. He was laying out here on the balcony. And I heard the power tools. And by the time I got out here, he was gone. And that was a horrible day. I spent all day looking for him, crying. Terrible. It's funny, it's a waste truck. So that's weird. Oh, maybe that's a large item pickup. I've never seen him do anything like this before. So, anyway, that's Rogue's story. And now he's out here laying on a box. So now he's out here laying on the box. And that is supposed to be recycled. The sheet was from Kayla. That was really weird. What? They put like some green sticker over there. They didn't take any trash. Okay, I don't know. There's new trash. There's a new trash service. I see this is going to be fun. Okay, anyway, yeah. It's early in the morning. Um, it's it's too early to have cohesive thoughts. But anyway, he's now taken over the box that's supposed to be recycled and the sheet that is used to cover up the live traps. And I don't know if anybody's used that or not. I did put straw in there, but I don't know if anybody, it looks like it was disturbed a little bit. I don't know if anybody's coming up and sleeping in that or not. And this one too. But okay. So I guess that's she's watching you watching the birds? Hmm? Yes, I'm watching the birds. So I guess that's pretty much it for the day, for this morning. I just wanted to, I know you haven't seen the kitties for a little while. I thought I would just do a video so you can see the Fury Monster out in the wild in the daytime, which is rare for him. He's getting a little braver. He's been playing this game too. Now when I open the door, he comes running out, which I'm not happy about because I don't want him out here. He thinks he's a big boy now. He thinks he's Mr. Tough, that he can wander over the streets and be safe, and it's like, no, you can't. Oh. Is that a cat over there? Look at that window up there. It looks like there's a cat there. It looks like there's a cat in that window laying up there. Window's shut. Is that a cat? Let me see if I can make this bigger. That is a cat. That is a cat. That's definitely a cat, and you know what? That looks like Shizuku. What the hell? That is a cat sitting up there. I can't tell, but that kind of looks like Shizuku. Okay. Can I make it any bigger? Let me see, is that as big as it'll go? I think that's as big as it'll go. Okay. That's bizarre. I don't think that window's open. It doesn't look like the window's open. It looks like they're just up on the windowsill. I wonder if that's the cat that I just heard crying. But that kind of looks like Shizuku. I have to go back and look at pictures of him because I can't remember his markings. Because Shizuku was always under the car, and I mean, I would see him briefly. He would come out and meow. He'd be at the gate meowing, but then he would immediately run under the car for food. But that kind of looks like him. That's really strange. Alright, we can get this back to normal. Okay. Wow. Yeah, definitely a cat. I'll have to look at that when I'm inside because I have a glare on my screen too. Where's she at? A little stinky. Are you enjoying yourself, honey? She likes being outside. So cute. Now we have to get her used to being outside in the dark. She's a little bit, she shakes when I bring her out at nighttime. So I have to get her used. Maybe I'll just start bringing her out into the balcony at night. Because we haven't even ventured down into the courtyard yet. I'm trying to think the best way to do that. I think maybe what I'll do is take her down. Maybe I'll take her down in a carrier and just sit her beside me when I have Fury out. And that way, she'll be confined and safe, but she can also like look around and smell and get used to things. I'd like to start taking her. I'm talking to the guy that I got the car from, the car ministry guy, and he's going to try to help me get my car up and running. So hopefully that will work out, and then maybe I can start taking her to like PetSmart and just put her in a carrier and put her in the cart and just kind of walk her around and get her used to things. See how she does with that. Put her in the car, and maybe we'll just like do a little drive around the block and back. Get her used to that. She doesn't really care. She's not really upset about going into a carrier. So, okay, everyone, I'm going to end it there. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with that cat. I don't think they have a cat, because they were the ones that so that building there, the one on the right-hand side with the balcony, I think the first floor apartment's where the guy with the pit bull is. And him and the ones that live in this building here where the cat is with the green like siding and the yellow, I think there are two different residents there. Yeah. So the yellow door and then the one with the green siding are two different residences, but both of them are friends with Pitbull Dude over there. So they don't seem to be cat lovers at all. And then over here, let me see, which one is that? I think it's that house where the kind of sort of a mint green colored siding there, that red house right next to it. So let me see here if I can point. Let me see here. Okay, look at this one here. This one. And then that one there. That brick one. I think that one belongs to it's either that one it's either that one or that one. That belongs to the guy who came by and really was asking me about the cats. And apparently he's a real animal lover, because he followed someone that was being rather nasty with their dog. He followed him around the block, and they weren't very happy about that. I thought, good, report their asses. So, okay, I'm going to end it there this time for sure, because I don't see any more cats in any windows. I don't know even Well, yeah, I guess he could get up there easily enough. Because they can jump from building to building. I mean, Theon was up on that roof one time. And I had to open the door in my back room so he could jump from that roof to our roof and then into my back room and then out the door. So I have a few things that I'm working on. That's another reason why I haven't uploaded very much lately. But I do have a few things that I'm working on. I'm trying to plan a live because I wanted to talk about something that's going down on YouTube, and I don't want to give too many details till I get it all fleshed out, but I do have like a rough draft of what I want to talk about. I'm just kind of trying to figure, I need to do a little more research before I actually do the live, but I think you'll enjoy it. It's going to be something, it's going to be cat oriented, but it's going to be something a little different than you guys are used to, but I think you will like it. I'm just waiting. I've been actually, that's one of the things I've been doing. Like, I've been sitting in on some other people's live streams that are talking about this issue and getting some, just kind of like going down the rabbit hole of that community and their culture and learning more about it so that I can give a good perspective. But yeah, I think you'll enjoy it. But there's a little teaser for you. So there is some stuff upcoming. Are you enjoying yourself, Maleficent? You like being outside? She says, I do. It's fun, Mama. I know. Tora, come on. You want to come in? Biggie, you can come in. Yeah, I don't know, that cat, that is like, it's bothering me now. I'll have to go in here, and I'm going to have to get a still shot or a screenshot of the blown up footage of that cat and see if that is Shizuku. Hey, Biggie. Okay. All right, everyone. I hope you have a good day. We will see you in the next one. Bye for meow.